For the final section of our evening, we are presenting a new section, and it is called the Cool Throne, the player of the week for me and Johnny. We both have separate ones, but also who is on that hot seat as well. It can be player or coach, anybody, anywhere, any place, any time we feel are doing badly. It is only going to be a small section for what we're doing, but we'll start with our Cool Throne player of the week. Johnny, who are you going for?
Cool Throne player of the week, it has to be, and it is probably not just from this week, from the last few weeks now. Jared Goff is my MVP favorite. He was almost perfect again against the Vikings. We've talked about how difficult it is to go against Minnesota and the Brian Flores defense, and Jared Goff was almost perfect against the blitz. The Vikings, I think, were blitzing more than 55% of the time, and Goff, I think, went, was it 12 and 14 again, and a touchdown against the blitz. So yeah, someone who has just developed and continues to develop and is now genuinely, top 5 quarterback in the NFL. It was obviously a difficult game with, the Vikings went ahead early. I think got a 10-point lead, and there was a to and fro in, and the Lions looked like they could potentially lose, but he was able to mastermind, a drive to put them into a position to get a field goal. So Jared Goff, he is definitely atop the Cool Throne at the moment. The Lions are looking great. They are probably the best team in the NFC. So yeah, long may it continue for Jared.
There must be some space on the Cool Throne, because I really did think you were going to go the same way as me. I thought you were going to go for Lamar Jackson, the MVP of the year. I know it's obvious. I know, but 17 for 22, 281 yards, 5 touchdowns, 52 rushing yards. Is there anything this man can't do at the minute? He has been so impressive this year, continuing to be impressive. My MVP of this season so far, and I think will be the MVP of the season so far. It's no secret. I've said this for a while on the podcast now. I've just been so impressed with how he's developing and how he's developed his throwing capability. This has been a long time coming, that he is going to be consistently on an MVP basis, and he has done in the past. And he's been the best quarterback this year, I think, for me by far. So let's look at our hot seat. I'm going to let you go first again with this. So who is on the hot seat? Who do you think should be getting a bit worried right now?
Well, we've mentioned a few. I think obviously Kevin Stefanski is on the hot seat. A few other coaches, Brian Dable, I think we mentioned earlier. But the seat must be absolutely on fire for the Saints head coach, Dennis Allen. I honestly don't know how it's not already happened, but
you vaguely cut out then, but I'm going to assume you said Dennis Allen, the head coach.
I said Dennis. Yeah, I did. Apologies for any. That's probably Saints fans. I don't want to hear that, but mediocre, I think, is the accurate word to describe Saints' tenure under Allen. I don't think they've got an identity, and they were simply embarrassed by their old head coach and Bo Nix's Denver Broncos last weekend. So I don't think there is a team. You could probably say the Patriots, maybe, or the Jags, who have played worse in the last few weeks. I think the Saints will be the next team to make a head coaching change, whether or not they'll be this weekend. But I can't see Dennis Allen being the head coach by the end of the year.
Ooh, that is a hot take. I thought mine was going to be outrageous, but I don't particularly like yours, to be honest with you. I've gone from Cool Throne really, really obvious to like the complete other side of that, because the bum that was getting warm, I think, is Kirk Cousins, because currently they're 4-3. He loses to the Bucs. They go 4-4. If they lose to the Bucs, next week, they go 4-4. This was meant to be like the big push. They've invested a lot. They've got the players in on defense. Do you then start to have a little look at Michael Penix? I think this could be something. They're not blowing out teams with their offense. They're not, and they should be. They should be with the talent they have. They do get points, but they're so inconsistent. They're up, they're down. They brought in players like Jesse Bates and Matt Judon. This is meant to be their Super Bowl push and window, I feel like they feel. And it's just not consistent enough for me. And we know Penix has had a lot of football experience in college. He was drafted so high. It was the talk of the offseason. I think maybe you start to lean his way if this team doesn't get a bit more consistency flying around. I know it's hot. That's pretty hot, right?
I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's definitely controversial, but one thing obviously that we potentially could see trimming down the media headlines in the next few weeks, I'm sure, if things don't
Well,
improve.
it's not. Let's not call it a hot take just yet. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to plant my flag just yet. But I think there is a hot seat to be had there. Johnny, thank you.